Alright, what's up everybody? It's WealthWave back with another video, and today we're diving deep into something that I genuinely believe can change the entire trajectory of your financial life. We're talking about building serious wealth starting right now in your 20s. Your 20s are, without a doubt, the most powerful decade you have for laying a rock-solid financial foundation. The decisions you make today will compound in ways you can't even imagine down the line. We're not talking about get-rich-quick schemes or unrealistic promises here. This is about smart, actionable strategies that anyone can implement, regardless of your current income or financial situation. It's about shifting your mindset, mastering the fundamentals, and leveraging the incredible power of time that you have on your side right now. I'm gonna break it all down, step by step, so you can walk away from this video with a clear roadmap. So if you're ready to take control of your financial future and make your 20s count, you're in the right place. Let's do this. Alright, first things first, before we even touch a budget or talk about index funds, we need to address the most critical piece of the puzzle: your mindset. This is the foundation upon which everything else is built. If your mindset isn't right, the best strategies in the world won't stick. The single most powerful mindset shift you can make is to replace "I can't afford it" with "How can I afford it?" This isn't just semantics, it's a fundamental change in how you approach financial challenges. This simple question transforms you from a passive victim of your financial circumstances into an active architect of your financial future. It encourages creativity, resourcefulness, and a proactive stance, which are all essential for wealth building. Another crucial aspect of this mindset shift is learning to value your time as money. Think about it. Your time is your most valuable, non-renewable resource. Every hour you spend has an opportunity cost. If you're spending hours on activities that don't align with your financial goals or personal growth, you're essentially spending money. This doesn't mean you can't relax or have fun, but it does mean being more intentional with your time. Consider how much you earn per hour at your job. Now, when you're thinking about buying something or spending time on a particular activity, ask yourself, is this worth X hours of my life? Sometimes the answer will be yes, and that's perfectly fine. But other times this simple calculation can provide a powerful perspective and help you make more conscious decisions. For example, is that expensive daily coffee really worth 30 minutes of your work time every single day? Over a month, that adds up. This concept also extends to how you approach earning. If you can find ways to increase your hourly earning potential, whether through upskilling, a side hustle, or negotiating a raise, you're effectively making your time more valuable. This is a core principle that we'll dive into later, but it starts with recognizing that your time has a tangible monetary worth. Don't just trade time for money. Think about how you can leverage your time for maximum financial impact. Cultivate a growth mindset around money and challenge your limiting beliefs. Okay, now that we've got our mindset dialed in, let's get into the nuts and bolts of managing your money, budgeting and saving. The goal here is simple: save consistently and save significantly. One of the most popular and effective budgeting frameworks, especially for beginners, is the 50-30-20 rule. It's straightforward. 50% of your after-tax income goes towards needs. These are your essentials like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, and minimum debt payments. Then, 30% is allocated to wants. This is your fun money for things like dining out, hobbies, entertainment, travel, and shopping for non-essentials. And crucially, the remaining 20% goes directly into savings and debt repayment, beyond minimums. That 20% savings rate is really the magic number you should be aiming for, at a minimum. If you can save more, fantastic. But hitting that 20% mark consistently will put you on an incredible trajectory for wealth accumulation. Another approach you might consider, especially if you like a more granular level of control, is zero-based budgeting. With this method, every single dollar of your income is assigned a job. Income minus expenses equals zero. So you account for all your spending categories, including savings and investments, ensuring that there's no leftover money that just disappears. This forces you to be incredibly intentional with every dollar you earn. Regardless of which method you choose, the key is consistency and honesty. You need to track your spending diligently for at least a month to understand where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. That daily latte, those subscription services you forgot about, the impulse buys, they all add up. Once you have a clear picture, you can start making informed decisions and aligning your spending with your long-term financial goals. Now let's talk about tools, because thankfully, we live in an age where technology can make this whole process a lot easier. Apps like Mint or YNAB, You Need a Budget, are fantastic. Mint is great for automatically tracking your spending by linking to your bank accounts and credit cards, categorizing transactions, and helping you set budget goals. YNAB, on the other hand, is more proactive, built around the zero-based budgeting philosophy, encouraging you to give every dollar a job before you spend it. If you're someone who prefers a more customizable manual approach, or if you just love spreadsheets, then Notion templates can be incredibly powerful. The best tool is the one you'll actually use consistently, so experiment and find what works for you. The act of regularly reviewing your budget is just as important as creating it in the first place. Sit down once a week, or at least once a month, to see how you're tracking against your goals. Are you overspending in certain categories? Are you hitting your savings targets? This regular check-in allows you to make adjustments, identify potential problems early, and stay motivated. This discipline will pay dividends quite literally. Chapter 3. Investing 101. Make your money work for you. Compound interest is magic. You've shifted your mindset, you're budgeting like a champion, and you're saving at least 20% of your income. Now make that money work for you. Investing is where the real magic of wealth building happens. A low-interest savings account won't build significant wealth. Inflation will eat away at its purchasing power. The core concept is compound interest. Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world. Compound interest is interest earning interest. When you invest, your money earns a return. That return gets reinvested and starts earning its own return. Over time, this creates a snowball effect, growing your wealth exponentially. The earlier you start, the more powerful compounding becomes. Let me give you a simple example. Invest $100 and it earns 10% in a year. You now have $110. The next year you earn 10% on $110, so you earn $11 and now you have $121. Fast forward 20, 30, or 40 years and the difference is astounding. Starting in your 20s is an incredible advantage. You have decades for compounding to work its wonders. So, where should a beginner in their 20s invest? It can seem overwhelming with all the options out there. My advice is to keep it simple, especially at the start. One of the best places for beginners is index funds, particularly those that track broad market indexes like the S&P 500. An S&P 500 index fund lets you own a tiny piece of the 500 largest publicly traded companies in the US. It's diversified, low cost, and historically has provided solid long-term returns. Exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, are another excellent option. Many ETFs are index funds themselves, offering the same benefits of diversification and low costs, but they trade like stocks on an exchange. There are ETFs for virtually every market sector, country, or investment strategy. But for beginners, a broad market ETF like one tracking the S&P 500 or a total stock market ETF is a great starting point. The key is to just start. Don't fall into the trap of analysis paralysis, where you spend so much time researching that you never actually invest. Chapter 4. Turbocharge your earnings, upskill, side hustle, and negotiate. We've covered mindset, budgeting, saving, and investing. These are all crucial for building wealth with the money you have. But what if you could significantly increase the amount of money coming in? That's where this chapter comes in. Increasing your income is like pouring gasoline on your wealth-building fire. It accelerates everything. And in your 20s, you have the energy, time, and adaptability to make some serious moves in this area. One of the most reliable ways to increase your income is through upskilling. The job market is constantly evolving, and acquiring new, in-demand skills can make you significantly more valuable to employers or clients. Think about high-growth areas. For example, learning to code, even basic web development or Python, can open up a vast number of opportunities. There are tons of online courses, boot camps, and free resources available to get you started. Graphic design and UX/UI design are also incredibly valuable skills in today's digital world. Businesses always need compelling visuals, websites, and apps. If you have a creative eye and are willing to learn the software and principles, this can be a lucrative path. Similarly, copywriting, The art of writing persuasive marketing and sales content is a skill that virtually every business needs. Good copywriters are always in demand and can command high rates. And let's not forget the rise of AI tools. Learning how to effectively use AI for tasks like content creation, data analysis, or even coding can give you a massive edge. Being proficient with these new technologies can make you more efficient and open up new service offerings if you're freelancing. The key is to identify skills that are in demand, align with your interests, and then commit to learning them. Continuous learning is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity for career growth. Beyond upskilling for your primary job, consider side hustles. These are fantastic ways to generate extra income streams that you can then funnel into your savings and investments. Freelancing is a popular option. If you have skills in writing, graphic design, web development, social media management, virtual assistants, or bookkeeping, you can offer your services on platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or directly to businesses. You set your own rates and hours. Chapter 5. Protect your progress and automate your wealth machine. You've done the hard work, your mindset is strong, you're budgeting, saving, and investing wisely. Now let's protect that progress and automate your wealth-building machine. The cornerstone is an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. Job losses, medical emergencies, or car breakdowns can happen. An emergency fund covers these without derailing your investments. Next, automate your savings and investments. Set up automatic transfers from your checking to savings on payday. Automate contributions to your Roth IRA or brokerage account. Automation ensures consistency and removes emotion from the equation. Most banks make this easy to set up online. Be intentional with raises. Decide what percentage goes to savings and investments. For example, commit to saving 50% of every raise. Chapter 6. Your 20s Wealth Blueprint. You got this. Alright, so there you have it. A comprehensive, step-by-step guide to building wealth in your 20s. We started with the crucial mindset shift, learning to think long-term and ask, how can I afford it? Then we dived into mastering budgeting and aiming for that 20% savings rate. We demystified investing, highlighting the power of compound interest and beginner-friendly options like index funds and Roth IRAs. We explored ways to actively increase your income through upskilling and side hustles. And finally, we covered protecting your progress with an emergency fund and automating your financial machine. Remember, building wealth isn't some secret reserved for the lucky few. It's about consistent, intelligent effort. Start today, even if it's small. The most important thing is to begin.